Oh, hi! Welcome to this week's video where we're going to take a look at last week's Astromech challenge, and I'm going to take a look at your entries. Speaking of entries, this week's sponsored by pencil socks. Pencil socks, they keep your feet warm and they make you better at drawing. And let us start with @ink and roaches on Instagram. He did a very nice traditional Star Wars feel to this spaceship, and he also used the cardboard and the whites, and he used much more black than I do, which is good because it pops much more, and I'm usually afraid of using black, so this is really nice. I like both the ship and our little Astromech droid because it's like an evolution of R2-D2. It can fly, it's not just on wheels, and I know they opted it in the prequels, but still I like that this is with intent going that way. One thing I would change, so why did we put it here? Why is that location better than that? Maybe just have a small note or something, or you could also sort of have an explanation if we draw our nose cone here, and this is the hole where our robot fits in. Is it just a hole, or is it maybe some sort of mechanism that can open up like this, and then you would have these doors open there? And you can show a little bit of mechanism to the people who would build this spaceship, well, not the spaceship, but the concept, who would put it into 3D. So I really like it. Really cool little R2-D2 inspired flying, more useful Astromech droid. So this one is from @RyanPatrickDesign on Instagram. And this one I really like because, as you guys know, I really like the rectangular sort of designs. This fits into it. It also has a handle. You can carry it around like a little toolbox. I think that's a great idea. And this is also nice when you have these extra things inside of it. So you have these nano or smaller repair bots that can go out and fix. You have these small little hatches that open up. I think that is really great. Would be nice to know what's more inside of it, why it's so big. And while I like how nicely it fits in there, the little very cute head popping up there, how does that mech go in there? So let me just do a copy on this one. So if we have our mech here, right, how does it, because it has wheels, so it's going to be a little bit harder for it to go around here. So I imagine a person would have to put him in or take it out. Maybe a different location, or maybe if you would just have some sort of explanation as well, how it goes there. But already I like the amount of info you have here, and also a small joke because he called the Astromech a crab. Somebody forgot their crab. I love this sort of little details. Moving on to our next one. And this is @AshinArt, also on Instagram. Beautiful illustration. Like the line work, I really love this type of line work. The ship is fantastic. The robot really fits. You can really see those nice bent, curvy surfaces. They really work together. And things that I really like to see, also the thinking that goes into it. He started out just with basic shapes. And this is something that I tell you as well, that when you're stuck, just use a basic shape. See what you can come up with. You have sort of rectangular and different sort of ellipses, and I think all of these look great. Two things, I don't see where it goes, and I'm not sure about the size of the ship. So these look like windows, so we could have somebody sitting here and then maybe somebody sitting there. So I think that's how the ship works. Would have been cool to see, like, maybe this is a hatch where our little Astromech droid can come out and fix things. Other than that, yeah, just really beautiful illustration. Love it. Next one is SY3 or Shun. He's from our Discord. I'm sorry, I don't know your Instagram handle, but if people want to know Shun, come by a Discord and you can find him there. This is the stuff that I really like. I love seeing the sketchy ideation part of sketches. And let me copy this right over here. You can see that he stuck with some parts of my ship, but he also adjusted quite a bit. Love this. And he was thinking, but I had no idea what to do with these on my ship, but he was, why not use them as a storage device for 1 to even 3 of his Astromech droids. And then I think altogether the 6 means that together you have 6. Love this sort of thinking. Astromech droid doesn't have legs, it just has boosters, which is perfect, and it has hands or appendages that can do the work that's needed in the situation. What I also like is that he was thinking about, okay, this is the hover unit looking from above, this is the side part, and then you also have what is, I think this is this arm, its head. So I love when you go into details like this. One question I would have is, do you really need 6 Astromech droids in a small spacecraft or fighter craft like this? Up to the designer. Next up, we have our friend Manuel, who goes with @manhru12 on Instagram. He did a really great job just taking the ship that I had, making it look a little bit better, and hiding his Astromech in it. So let's take a closer look. I really like most everything about it. You can see the size of the robot compared to the ship, but also compared to the human being. You can see the mechanism, how it's hidden. So this is everything I want for a challenge like this. Even a close-up shot on how it looks when it's stuck in there. And then of course how the robot actually works. It has thrusters. I really like that all these different segments can rotate differently, so it can do several things. That's really, really awesome. I love it. One thing, just because I know Manu and I want to bust his balls a little bit, we could have done with just a little bit tighter lines, or just tightening it up a little bit, because everything else is nice. Just want that extra step, but he did a good job, so I'm just joking. Next up, we have Bogdan, who goes with a handle of @BGDN010, and he's quite often in our live stream, so you might catch him there. And he did this really cool organic design, which I love, together with all the pages, design ideas, going into ideation, talking about using each appendage for different, like heavyweight, all-purpose, and also like easy like small precision work. So I love the detail that he went into. Something that I would like to see from him is incorporating it into either my spaceship or just one spaceship in general. So just taking what Manu has here, he could have left some grooves where the arms of the robot could come in and just hold on to the spaceship, or he could have just adjusted the spaceship to be much more organic in flow with his organic little octopus robot. And then the robot would be somewhere in there. So there's options. I would like to see what sort of spaceship it goes with, because right now he didn't suggest where it incorporates into this spaceship, and also the designs are a bit different. So that's something for the future, but I really, really like the organic approach and the animal being inspired from nature approach. Next up, we have Andy G, also from our Discord, no Ed, so I'm not sure about his Instagram. 2 things that I love: ink lines, you guys know me, and also seeing ideation pages with all sorts of different spaceships. And he's doing sort of like a tugboat that is helping bigger ships go through narrower areas. And the small Astromech droid is there as an extra navigation robot, helping out, scanning the area and mapping it immediately. So a lot of function in it. I really like it. I like that he went with a completely different ship design, and the umbilical cord. Always love umbilical cord, especially in the Star Wars universe where everything feels a bit more analog. Great, great touch. And then one of my favorite designs here is this little screw top robot. And yeah, this is brilliant. As I'm always saying, it's not just about presentation, it's also about the idea that you're having. And it doesn't matter if the presentation is a bit sketchy, but here the presentation is also really cool. And something that he really got me, he just added this little visual that he was inspired by this, and I love it. I love it when you just take an everyday object and you can turn it into something really, really useful. And yeah, so this is basically, where's the ship? So basically you have, just like with R2-D2, you have it screwed in behind the cockpit, it can screw out, it rolls on the side, and when it's in outer G, it can float around. So all in all, I really love the presentation, I love the colors, I love the big bold strokes, so it's really cool. One thing I would change, because why not? Why the same exact location as the X-Wing? Like, I think it would have been cool if you have your ship, and then instead of putting it there. What if you put it to the side? If it has a little bulge there and then it just turns out there and then keeps on rolling, like it falls down, it rolls, maybe it falls down a little bit. You can have a lot of like cool, funny Star Wars, cute, flimsy robot play around. So that's the only thing. I would try to find a more interesting location than the same thing where R2-D2 is, because it just takes away from your really, really fun design a little bit. And then we go on to Lithus. He's on Discord, and sadly I don't know his Instagram handle either. But the same thing, I love that he tried to come up with his ship, his own ship. He changed the design a little bit. He did a front view, side view. He was really thinking about it. He even went into 3D. I think this is a 3D app. It looks like 3D. And then he sketched over it. He thought about where to put his droid. And he also tried to stick with a Star Wars theme. So I would say two things. It would have been nice to see him move away a little bit more from the Star Wars theme, just because this is very close to what we already have in Star Wars. Like if you would add wheels, this is close to one of the things if we take away the hands. So that's something I would love to see. Still a great design though. Also love that you took your 3D and you drew over it. One small thing, when you're drawing over 3D, feel free to keep drawing through objects, because right now you have this really sharp edge and that makes it look less 3D and a little bit 2D. Same here, like these meet there. Feel free to draw that ellipse there, and then you can connect them. And then even if your lines go a little bit through, it's gonna feel more organic and it's gonna feel more rounded. So keep that in mind for the future. But yeah, keep on using 3D. It's a good speeding up and it's good for you to understand things. Just draw through. Good job. And finally, but lastly, not finally, we have Snail Master 1000, who is a long time denizen of our Discord. He also did some changes to my spaceship, which I like, make it look much cooler than my actual spaceship. And he hid his little Astromech in the nose. So let me copy this. I think it's really cool that we have sort of a walker with bunny ear looking things. And it's also nice that it's hidden there. Some things that I want to mention here to Snail Master. Don't do this. I would have left just either like this splotch, put it much lighter. So I adjusted your visual a little bit so it pops a bit more, but usually you confuse. Like you have a lot of interesting information here. I would try not to confuse the viewer with a question I would have. If I understood correctly, like this just pops out and the robot comes out from there. What happens with this? Will you put it back? Or if the ship is in such a dire need of repair, you can just say, okay, I don't need the nose cone anymore, and it just goes away. So this is a question that I would ask. One more thing, it would have been nice to have some more info about your Astromech droid. I like to see the ship, but it's less important. I would have liked to see a bigger version, not a bigger version, but a zoomed in version of your robot. I know time constraints, but you can just add a couple of text lines next time. So if you're doing something like this, just feel free to have that explanation there. It's really not about making a gorgeous illustration, that helps, but it's more about conveying your ideas. And I think your idea is great. It's just missing a little bit more communication. And yeah, that was it. Here are all the participants. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope this was a fun video. It was really fun for me. I love seeing what you guys did. I love seeing all the different ideas and different approaches. So if you are up for this, we can try and do a couple of more challenges in the future. I can maybe also think about what a winner might get, but I think everybody who participated here is a winner. And with that, I do hope that you go on and keep on designing in your free time, keep on scribbling and come up with really awesome worlds and awesome stuff, because yeah, everybody loves that. If you like this video, hit that like button, but I mostly want to hear your comments, what you thought about this video, what went good, what went well, what you want to see more. And as always, the most important thing is that you folks have a great time, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.